The UEF Prometheus drifted through the asteroid belt like a ghost in a graveyard, its floodlights carving pale scars across the ancient rock. Captain Elias Vance exhaled, watching his breath fog the reinforced glass of the observation deck. 5 years scraping the void for minerals, and all they had to show for it was debt and dwindling supplies. Behind him, the ship's AI chimed, a polite, useless reminder their rations count. Captain? Lieutenant Karavas's voice crackled over the comm, sharp with the kind of tension that meant either trouble or payday. You want to see this? Elias thumbed the response. If it's another iron deposit, save it. It's not. The scanned data hit his wrist display. A structure, buried in the heart of a jagged planetoid. Too symmetrical, too clean to be natural. Angular ridges formed a hexagonal pattern, half submerged in the rock like a clenched fist waiting to break free. Elias's pulse kicked up. How old? Preliminary scans say at least 12,000 years, Kara replied, but the alloy's intact. No corrosion, no decay, and the energy signature. A pause. It's alive, sir. Elias was already moving. The mining crew gathered in the cramped shuttle bay, their faces lit by the holographic projection of the anomaly. Engineer Rook, a hulking man with coolant burns tracing his forearms, whistled. That's no derelict. That's a tomb. Kara, her dark hair pulled into a no-nonsense knot, tapped the projection. There's an access point here. Minimal radiation, stable atmosphere inside. We could get in. And should we? Chief Medic Harlow crossed her arms, her gaze flicking to Elias. We're miners, not archaeologists. If that thing's active, then it's worth more than a lifetime of, or... Elias finished. He met each of their eyes. We go in. Suit up. The boarding pod latched onto the structure's surface with a metallic groan. Kara led the way, her plasma cutter hissing through the sealed hatch. The air inside was stale, thick with the scent of ozone and something older, oil or maybe blood. The walls hummed underfoot, a vibration that crept into Elias's bones. Rook's helmet light swept over towering columns etched with spiraling glyphs. Anyone read Ancient Doom Prophecy? Kara ignored him, her gloved fingers tracing control panel. The glyphs flared blue. A voice, deep and resonant, echoed to the chamber in no language any of them knew. And yet, Elias understood it. Asterisk, the forge stirs. Asterisk, the floor shuddered. Harlow grabbed Elias's arm as the far wall split open, revealing a cavernous vault. Inside, wreathed in shadow, stood a figure, 30 meters tall, its armor playing the color of storm clouds, its face a smooth, featureless mask. A single slit down the center pulsed with faint crimson light. Rook took a step back. That's not a ship. Kara's breath fogged her visor. It's a weapon. The light in the Titan's face brightened. The voice boomed again, this time in clipped, accented universal. Asterisk designation, STORYS. Primary function, annihilation of the Devourer fleet. User authentication required. Asterisk, silence. Then Harlow whispered, It thinks we're its masters. Elias's hand hovered over his sidearm, or its next targets. Kara moved before anyone could stop her. She stripped off her glove and pressed her bare palm to the Titan's outstretched pedestal. The crimson light flared, scanning her in a single searing pass. Asterisk, genetic signature recognized. Welcome, inheritor. Asterisk, the Titan's eyes blazed alive. The crimson light from the Titan's eyes flooded the chamber, casting long, jagged shadows against the ancient walls. Elias's hand instinctively went to his sidearm, but Kara stood frozen, her palm still pressed against the pedestal. The voice, asterisk Astrius asterisk, rumbled through the vault like distant thunder. Asterisk, inheritor detected. Systems initializing. Asterisk, Rook backed away, his boots scraping against the metal floor. What the hell did you just do, Voss? Kara didn't answer. Her breath came fast. Her pupils dilated, as if she were seeing something beyond the rest of them. The Titan's massive head tilted downward, its glowing gaze locking onto her. Asterisk, neural synchronization required. Asterisk, a thin tendril of liquid metal extended from the pedestal. wrapping around Kara's wrist before she could react. She gasped, her back arching as her veins lit up with the same crimson hue. Elias lunged forward, but Harlow yanked him back. "Don't touch her. That's a direct neural link. You'll fry your brain if you interfere." Kara's lips parted in a silent scream. Then, just as suddenly, the light faded. The tendril retracted, and she collapsed to her knees, panting. Elias was at her side in an instant. "Talk to me?" Her voice was raw. It's alive, not just a machine. It remembers." Rook cursed under his breath. "Fantastic. We woke up a senile god." The Titan shifted, its joints groaning after millennia of stillness. The walls trembled as it took a single step forward, its movements eerily precise for something so colossal. Asterisk threat assessment. Imminent. The Devourer fleet approaches. Asterisk. Elias's calm crackled. "Captain." The voice of their pilot, Jax, was frantic. "We got multiple contacts on long-range scans, unknown signatures, closing fast." Harlow's fingers flew over her wrist display. "They're not broadcasting any transponder codes. And their energy readings." She paled. "They matched the Titans." Kara pushed herself up, her legs unsteady. Astrius was built to fight them. They must have detected its activation. The Titan's voice boomed again. Asterisk, combat readiness insufficient. Inheritor must bond. Asterisk, Elias's jaw tightened. Bond how? Kara's eyes met his, haunted. It wants a pilot. A beat of silence. Then Rook barked a laugh. "Oh, sure. Why not? Let's all take turns riding the death machine." Elias ignored him. "Can you do it?" Kara swallowed hard. "I think so. The link, it showed me things. How to control it. How to fight." Jax's voice cut back in, sharper now. "Captain, those ships just jumped to attack speed. ETA 3 minutes." Elias made the call. "Do it." Kara didn't hesitate. She turned back to the pedestal and slapped her palm against it. The tendril shot out again, fusing with her wrist. This time, she didn't scream. Her body went rigid, her eyes flooding with crimson light. The Titan moved. Its backplate split open, revealing a cockpit of sorts, a hollow space lined with pulsing filaments. Kara's voice echoed from the Titan's mouth, layered with something deeper, older. Asterisk, get in. Asterisk. Elias didn't waste time questioning it. He grabbed Harlow's arm and hauled her toward the Titan. Rook followed, muttering curses. The filaments parted as they climbed inside, wrapping around their limbs like living restraints. The cockpit sealed shut, plunging them into darkness for a heartbeat. Then the walls dissolved into a shimmering holographic display, showing the asteroid belt, their ship, and the approaching fleet. 6 ships, sleek and jagged, their hulls bristling with weapons. They moved like predators, circling. Kara's voice was calm now, eerily detached. Asterisk, Astrius is ready. Asterisk, the Titan leapt. The force of the launch pressed Elias into his seat. One moment they were in the vault. The next, they were in open space, the stars a blur around them. The enemy ships reacted instantly, banking hard to avoid collision. Too slow. Astrius's arm cannon unfolded with sound like a sword being drawn. A beam of pure energy lanced out, slicing through the lead ship like paper. The explosion lit up the void, casting the Titan in flickering orange. Rook whooped. Hell yes. But the remaining ships weren't idle. Energy bolts streaked toward them, peppering Astrius's armor. The impact rattled the cockpit, sending warning glyphs flashing across the display. Harlow's fingers dug into Elias's arm. It's not invincible. Kara's lips curled into something that wasn't quite a smile. Asterisk, no. But I am. Asterisk, Astrius charged. The battle was brutal, short. The Titan moved with impossible grace, weaving through enemy fire, its weapons striking with surgical precision. One by one, the alien ships died, torn apart, vaporized, crushed in the Titan's fists. The last ship tried to flee. Kara let it go. Silence settled over the cockpit. Then Rook let out a long breath. Okay, that was awesome. Elias wasn't celebrating. They'll be back. With more. Kara's eyes were still glowing. Asterisk, yes. And now they know we have STORYS. Asterisk, the display flickered, shifting to a star map. A single system pulsed red. Earth. The Devourer fleet is coming, Kara whispered. Asterisk, and we're the only ones who can stop them. The holographic projection of Earth hung in the Titan's cockpit, like a fragile blue jewel, its continents outlined in the faint glow of city lights. Elias stared at it, his throat tight. 12 billion lives, all unwittingly marked for extinction. Estimated arrival of the Devourer fleet. 47 hours, Astrius intoned. Harlow's fingers trembled as she adjusted the medical scanner on Kara's wrist. The neural link had left angry red tendrils snaking up her arm, pulsing in time with the Titan systems. Your vitals are spiking. We need to sever the connection before. Asterisk, no. Asterisk, Kara's voice was steel wrapped in smoke. She pulled her arm away. I'm the only one who can pilot Astrius. Without me, Earth dies. Rook cracked his knuckles. So what's the plan? One ancient war machine against an entire fleet. The Titan's display flickered, zooming in on Earth's orbit. Asterisk defensive protocols suggest utilizing human orbital infrastructure as force multipliers. Asterisk, Elias exhaled sharply. The orbital defense platforms. If we can link Astrius to their targeting systems. Asterisk, they will be insufficient. Asterisk, the Titan's voice carried no malice, only fact. Asterisk, but they will buy time. Asterisk, Jax's voice crackled over the comm, strained. Captain, we got a problem. The UEF just scrambled every ship in the sector. They're hailing us, and they don't sound friendly. Elias swore. Of course. To Earth's defense grid, Astrius looked like just another invader. Patch me through? The comm flared to life, an admiral's voice barking through the static. Asterisk, unidentified vessel. This is Admiral Ryland of the United Earth Fleet. Power down immediately, or asterisk Admiral. Asterisk Elias cut in. This is Captain Elias Vance of the UEF Prometheus. That unidentified vessel is the only thing standing between Earth and annihilation. Stand down your ships. A pause. Then, colder. Asterisk Vance? You're supposed to be mining asteroids, not playing with alien tech. Explain. Asterisk. Kara leaned forward, her eyes still bleeding crimson. Let me. The Titan systems hummed as it hijacked the transmission, flooding the Admiral's screen with data, records of the Devourer fleet, their past massacres, the burning worlds left in their wake. The silence that followed was thicker than vacuum. God help us, Ryland whispered. Earth's orbit became a war zone in hours. The UEF's dreadnoughts formed a ragged defensive line, their railguns charging. Astrius stood at the center, a silent Titan wreathed in the glow of 100 targeting lasers. Kara's breath came in shallow gasps now, the neural link eating at her like acid. Elias watched her from the cockpit's edge, his gut twisting. First wave inbound, Astrius warned. The Devourer fleet emerged from warp in a storm of twisted light. Dozens of ships, their hulls scarred from countless battles. They moved as one, a swarm of locusts descending on a field. The UEF opened fire. Plasma rounds lit up the darkness. A Devourer ship exploded, then another, but the rest kept coming, their weapons spitting violet death. A dreadnought ruptured, its hull peeling open like rotten fruit. Now, Kara growled. Astrius moved. The Titan tore through the enemy lines, its cannons roaring. It grabbed a Devourer ship mid-stride and crushed it, the hull buckling like tin. Another fell to its beam weapon, sliced clean in two. The UEF rallied, their fire suddenly precise, guided by Astrius's targeting data. For a moment, Elias dared to hope. Then the real fleet arrived. A second wave, larger, darker. At its heart loomed a monstrosity. A Devourer command ship, its belly pulsing with a sickly green glow. Planet killer weapon detected, Astrius announced. Asterisk, impact will sterilize Earth. Asterisk, Harlow's nails dug into Elias's arm. We can't stop that. Kara smiled. Blood trickled from her nose. Asterisk, I can. Asterisk, before anyone could react, she pushed, not just with the Titan, but through it. Astrius's core flared white-hot as Kara funneled every ounce of its power into a single suicidal burst. The Titan flew. It crashed into the command ship at relativistic speed, its armored fists driving deep into the hull. The Devourer's weapon detonated early, the explosion swallowing both Titans in a fireball that lit up the sky. Silence. Then, a crackle over the comm a weak, staticky laugh. Asterisk told you I could do it. Asterisk Kara's voice. Elias's heart stopped. The fireball dissipated, revealing Astrius, broken, scorched but alive, its fists still buried in the wreckage of the command ship. The remaining Devourer ships floundered, their hive minds severed. The UEF ships finished them off. Medics pried Kara from the Titan's wreckage 3 hours later. She was alive, barely, her body ravaged by the neural link. Elias knelt beside her stretcher as Earth's sun rose over the debris field, casting long shadows across the dead. Was it worth it? He asked quietly. Kara's hand found his. Her skin was cold. Asterisk, ask me when they come back. Asterisk, above them, in the ruins of Astrius, a single red light flickered, then steadied. Waiting. The flickering red light in Astria's wreckage pulsed like a dying heartbeat. Elias watched it from the medical bay viewport, his reflection ghostly against the stars. Behind him, Kara's ragged breathing filled the silence between monitor beeps. The neural link had left her a shadow of herself. Pale, gaunt, her right arm now laced with metallic veins where the Titan systems had fused with her flesh. Harlow adjusted the fore drip with clinical precision, but her hands betrayed her. The tremors hadn't stopped since the battle. Her vitals are stabilizing, but the fusion... She trailed off, eyes darting to the blackened ports along Kara's spine. Elias didn't need the rest. The Titan had claimed part of her, just as she claimed part of it. A chime cut through the heavy air. Jax's voice, strained to the comm. Captain, you need to see this. The wreckage bay smelled of scorched metal and ionized air. Astrius lay in pieces, its once imposing frame now a carcass of shattered plating and exposed circuitry. Yet at its core the glow persisted, brighter now, rhythmic. Rook stood before it, grease smeared across his brow, a scanner clutched in his meaty hands. It's rebuilding itself, he muttered. Not just repairing. Asterisk evolving starred. Elias stepped closer, the light pulsed in time with his footsteps. How? Nanites must have had them dormant in its systems. Rook tapped the scanner, displaying a schematic that made no sense. Shifting geometries, algorithms rewriting themselves. It's learning from the battle. From her. A cold understanding settled in Elias's gut. He turned to the observation deck, where Admiral Ryland stood flanked by UEF scientists, their faces lit by the same eerie glow. The Admiral's voice carried down through the speakers. Asterisk, this technology could turn the tide of the next war. We're taking it to Luna Command for study. Asterisk. Elias's comm buzzed. A private channel. Kara's voice, weak but clear. Don't let them. He was moving before conscious thought caught up. The Marine guards at the bay door stiffened as he approached. This wreckage is under my crew's jurisdiction, Elias said, hand resting on his sidearm. Ryland smiled, didn't reach his eyes. That's a Titan-class weapon of mass destruction, Captain, not a mining claim. A shadow shifted in the wreckage. The red light flared. Kara's scream tore through the medical bay alarms. Elias sprinted, Ryland's shouts fading behind him. The medbay doors hissed open to reveal Kara convulsing, her metallic veins burning white-hot. Harlow struggled to hold her down as the monitors flatlined, then rebooted. Kara's eyes flew open, not her own brown anymore, but the Titan's crimson. Her voice, when it came, was layered with something vast and ancient. They are coming. The ship lurched. Klaxons wailed as the artificial gravity stuttered. Through the viewport, the stars twisted. Space itself rippled like disturbed water, and from the tear emerged a silhouette. A new Titan, its armor black as event horizon, its single-eye burning gold. Ryland's voice crackled over the comm. Panic now. Asterisk Vance, what the hell is asterisk? Static. Then a new voice, deeper than Astrius, vibrating through the ship's hull. Asterisk, we see you, little king. We see what you stole. Asterisk. Kara's hand clamped around Elias's wrist with inhuman strength. The metallic veins pulsed as she spoke in unison with the dying light in the wreckage bay. Run. The ship's gravity failed completely as the Black Titan emerged, sending Elias tumbling against the medbay wall. Kara's grip on his wrist burned like a brand, her eyes twin pools of molten crimson, reflecting the monstrous silhouette outside. The new Titan dwarfed even Astrius, its obsidian plating etched with glowing gold sigils that pulsed like a slow, hateful heartbeat. "They're not just coming," Kara whispered, her voice no longer entirely human. Asterisk, they're already here. Asterisk. Alarm shrieked through the corridors as emergency bulkheads slammed shut. Over to chaos. Jax's voice crackled through the comm. Asterisk, Captain. We've got a full systems collapse. That thing is emitting some kind of... Asterisk, the transmission dissolved into static. Rook barreled into the medbay, his magnetic boots keeping him anchored. Ryland's ordered an evacuation, he panted. All non-essential personnel to the escape pods. His gaze locked onto Kara, and his face paled. Christ, she's still linked, isn't she? Kara's head snapped toward the viewport as the Black Titan raised a clawed hand. Space itself warped around its fingers, the stars bending like taffy. It's going to. The ship lurched violently as an invisible force gripped the hull. Metal screamed as entire decks crumpled inward. Harlow was thrown against a medical console, blood streaking her temple. Elias barely caught Kara before she was ripped from the bed, her body frighteningly light, her veins glowing brighter. "It's not just a Titan," she gasped. Asterisk, it's a Reaper. Astrius opposite. Where we forge, they unravel. Asterisk. Outside, the Black Titan's golden eye flared. A soundless shockwave rippled through the void, and the UE of dreadnoughts flanking them simply unfolded. Hull plates peeled back like flower petals, reactors exposed and sputtering before detonating in silent blossoms of flame. Rook activated his wrist console with shaking hands. "I'm routing all power to the emergency thrusters. We might be able to..." Asterisk, no. Asterisk Kara's voice cut through the panic like a scalpel. She pushed upright, her movements jerky, unnatural. Asterisk, it wants me. The imprint of Astrius is in my blood now. If I stay, it will tear this ship apart to get it. Asterisk. Elias grabbed her shoulders. You're not going out there. Her smile was sorrow and steel. Asterisk, not alone. Asterisk. A tremor shook the ship, but this time from within. The wreckage bay cameras flickered to life on the medbay screen, showing Astrius' shattered core flaring back to life. Nanites swarming like silver fire. The red light pulsed once, twice, then erupted in a beam that sliced through the hull toward the Black Titan. The Reaper recoiled, its golden eye dimming momentarily. "It's still alive," Rook breathed. Kara pressed her palm to the medbay's viewport. The glass frosted under her touch, then melted, reforming into the same hexagonal patterns as Astrius' vault. Asterisk, not alive. Waiting. For this. Asterisk. Elias understood instantly. You're going to link with it again. Asterisk, and you're coming with me. Asterisk. Harlow grabbed his arm. She's not stable enough. Another neural fusion could. Asterisk, kill me? Asterisk, Kara laughed. The sound edge was static. Asterisk, I died the moment I touched Astrius. What's left is something else. Asterisk, she extended her hand, the metallic veins writhing. Asterisk, but we can hurt them, make them bleed. Asterisk, the ship shuddered again. The Reaper was recovering, its golden eye brightening. Elias took her hand. The world dissolved into light and pain. He was everywhere at once. The ship's buckling corridors, the dying reactors, the cold void beyond. And beneath it all, a presence, vast and wounded but burning with fury. Astrius. No, not just Astrius. Asterisk, Kara, asterisk, woven into its systems like a new nervous system. And now him. Focus. Her voice echoed in the skull. Asterisk. The Reaper's weakness is its core. But to reach it, asterisk. Images flooded his mind. 1,000 battles, 1,000 deaths. Titans clashing, worlds burning. The Devourers were just foot soldiers. The Reapers were the surgeons, cutting out civilizations before they could become threats. Astria's voice rumbled through the shared consciousness. Asterisk, we strike as one. Asterisk, the Elias gasped as reality snapped back into focus. They stood in the wreckage bay, but it was transformed. Nanites had rebuilt the chamber into a grotesque fusion of ship and Titan, the walls alive with pulsing tendrils. Astria's remains had reconstituted into a skeletal frame, just enough to function, just enough to fight. The Reaper's golden eye locked onto them. Now! Kara roared. Astria's moved. The impact with the Reaper sent shockwaves through the void. Elias felt every collision as if it were his own bones breaking. Astrias was dying, but fought with the frenzy of a cornered beast. Claws of pure energy raked across the Reaper's chest, carving glowing wounds in its obsidian hide. The Reaper struck back, its blows precise, clinical. Astrias' left arm sheared off, spinning into the darkness. Asterisk again! Asterisk Elias shouted. They lunged as one. Kara channeled the last of Astria's power into a single, searing beam. Not at the Reaper's eye, but at the barely visible crack their first strike had made. The golden light flickered. For a heartbeat, the Reaper stilled. Then, like a pane of glass struck by a hammer, it shattered. The explosion hurled Astria's wreckage back toward the ship. Elias came to with Kara slumped against him, her glow fading. The metallic veins receded, leaving only pale scars. Outside, the Reaper's fragments drifted, lifeless. But beyond them, in the dark between stars, 100 golden eyes flickered awake. Kara's whisper was almost lost in the ringing silence. Asterisk, they felt that. Asterisk,